So it was a little colder in the house last night than anticipated, and she did not rise hardly at all overnight, and the towel dried out. So I'm gonna go off script here and put her in the oven for a little while with the light on. Hopefully she'll warm up and rise a little bit. All right, I think it's ready. It's not as puffy as my last dough that I made, but the sides are pulling away a little bit easier, and I think that's a good sign according to what I see on the internet. So here she is. I'm gonna dump her out. Let me see if I can put this. Oh, look at that. That's nice. All right, let's try to get her out. Oh, I lie. She's sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. So who knows if she's ready? I certainly do not. Very sticky. I don't understand. On all the videos, it must, I don't know if it's my bowl, but every video I watch, it pulls away from the bowl super easily, and mine are always sticky. We're almost out. A little blob of dough. Alright, nice little blob here. Okay. Alright. Start by folding in the top of the center. So we're just going to fold it like we always see. This one does seem nice. Oh, look at these bubbles. I've never seen that before. Lots of bubbles. What does that mean? Uh-oh. So many bubbles. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Alright. Repeat until you come full circle. Flip the dough over and let it rest for 10 minutes. Alright, flipping it over. Resting for 10 minutes. Alright, meanwhile, I'm going to line this round pan right here with some parchment paper. And I'm going to throw some flour on it. My kids are wanting to go to the park, so that's where we're going to go soon. Alright, there's some flour on there. Alright, we got to wait, and then I'm going to put that dough in there. Alright, while we're waiting, it says, with floured hands, cup and pull it to you to tighten. So, let's get some flour here. Actually, I'll just use what's on the counter. There we go. Gently cup and pull. Okay, okay. Kind of see. We're making it into this nice little round guy. Hey, kind of looks nice. Got that little nice round ball there. I'm going to pull this little piece out. It's from trying to scrape the bowl last night. It's got these little hard pieces. Alright. Okay, let's tighten the shape. It's kind of fun. Feels nice. Alright, so I decided to try the towel because it does seem a little bit drier than I thought. So I'm going to plop it in. It said seam side up, and then it has to rise for another 30 minutes, I think. Alright, review number 2. Hot dog on sourdough.
Hot dog's a little hot.
I think Ellie would like some.
Not bad.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Alright, so for her second rise, I let her go in the fridge because I couldn't cook her right away earlier today. That's what she looks like. Interesting. We're about to flip her out. So I have a Dutch oven here. I got this as a Christmas present 2 years ago, and you can clearly see that I've used it multiple times. I didn't really know what to do with it or have any recipes that called for one, so it just kind of sat in the box, and here we are. Now I get to use it. This sucker is heavy. Like, I've been having trouble getting it out of the box. Alright, so here we go. We're going to take some parchment paper, put it on this side of the, flip it in here. My phone just had a little battery, so that's okay. Wait, I can pull it with the towel. Oh, there we go. Hey! Look at that, it went in there pretty nicely. Alright, now it says to sprinkle it with some flour, which I do not have. I used the last bit of my flour to feed my starter tonight, and I'm gonna use a knife and try to scour it. People make really pretty designs. I'm just gonna poke some holes in it. This knife doesn't really cut it very well. All right, this is interesting. Maybe I need to watch some videos on how to make this pretty. For now, that looks great to me. All right, into the oven she goes. Actually, wait, I've seen some people say they do spray it. Spray the top of it with water for some steam, and then they spray the inside of the stove too. Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't like that sound at all. Okay, I'm not doing that anymore. Here she goes. This thing is so heavy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to put it in here with one hand and record. Yeah, I'm gonna burn myself if I don't use both hands, so you just trust that I put it in the oven. Okay, we have about 8 minutes left on the timer. We're gonna give a little peek-see. Oh, it looks good. My oven cooks hot, so I have to check pretty consistently. All right, we've been baking for 40 minutes, and I don't think she rose very good. I think it's underproofed is my guess, but we'll see, because she didn't really puff up in the oven, and like the scouring, they're supposed to like expand out. You'll see. I mean, I think she looks good overall, just doesn't look like the ones that I see in the video. So we'll see how she tastes. I guess that's the important thing. I'm gonna burn myself. Okay, this is not working well. Parchment paper just... So I'm just gonna have to lift her out of there, I guess. Oh, she feels rock hard. This is probably not the correct way to do this. Oh wow, look. We burned the bottom. Meh. All right, let's cut into her. It's very hard to do this. So, definitely doesn't even look done right there. Kind of undercooked. It looks like, I don't know. I'm still going to taste it though. Okay. So, my first loaf tasted much like regular bread. It was very good, but it didn't have that tangy flavor of sourdough. This has the tanginess of the sourdough, so that is exciting. It really has that tangy flavor, which is good. But obviously the loaf isn't pretty. For anyone thinking that I was about to be a sourdough prodigy because my first loaf went well, this loaf has humbled me a bit. I think that two things went wrong. Possibly three. The overnight proofing did not go well. I think it was too cold in my house because it definitely did not rise. So then from there on out, I was kind of improvising. That morning, I put it in the oven only for maybe like 3 hours, just with the light on to let it rise some. Then I took it out and, did its folding and shaping. Then the instructions on this recipe said it needed to rise for another hour and then you can bake it. Or my friend wrote in that she puts it in the fridge and cooks it the next day. Well, I decided to put it in the fridge because we were leaving and I could not let it rise and then cook it immediately. So I threw it in the fridge, but I did not wait until the next day to bake it. So I don't know if it needs a long time in the fridge. I think it does. And so I left it in the fridge maybe 3 hours and then baked it. And then the Dutch oven is another mystery to me. I don't know why the bottom burnt, because most of the artesian rolls that I see are not burnt like that, and they have a much browner crust, and it you scour it so it expands out. My loaf did not do any of that. So, anyhow, lots to learn from, and we'll try again. I'll table this and make another loaf, or try another artesian loaf at some point, but I think I'm going to move on to a discard recipe. Oh, but then on Monday, I think I'm going to try to make little individual bread bowls because I wanted to make some soup, but I don't know. I'm a little bit hesitant now because this one did not go well. So, I don't know. I'll do some reading. Maybe I'll try a different recipe. We'll see. It was fun. I'll catch y'all later.